What's up, everybody? Auburn, I can't unmute you. There you go. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, welcome everyone to Streaming Matters. Here's Friday. So, I hope everyone was jamming to our Incredibox, one of those Aubyns Sites of the Week a couple months back. And that was a song that I had during the live show. Remember, I was messing around with it
Yeah.
and how I added it, and then
Mhm.
Beach went back and recreated it and used it as my intro. So, fun, great website, Incredibox. Great site if you just mess around and you want to make a little music. It's good. So thanks for everyone joining us. Cman, thank you for joining us today.
Hey guys, good to be
Yeah.
back. Thank you. Thanks for having
Great
me.
to see you. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a while. So
Yeah.
definitely you were missed because it's always great to see you and all the work you do.
Likewise. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Auburn, thank you for being here today.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Beach,
How you
typically
doing?
the man holding a brother down.
Yeah.
Beach is hey, he does all of our intros. I used to splice mine together, and then I started letting him do the work, and I appreciate it. Massive appreciation on that. So, I'm doing well. I've probably a shorter show today. We won't run real long. I've got some stuff to do this evening, so we'll probably not go super long, but we're going to
Okay.
try to run through some topics and we'll see if we'll have a good time. As we normally do, I'd like to say hi to all the folks that take time out of their busy day to watch us live, because it does mean a lot to me and Auburn that people tune in live on a Friday night instead of watching some TV show or a movie. They sit down and watch us, so it's much appreciation. So we got Steve's hanging with us as always. Steve Franklin, thank you for hanging with us. Red is always here. Michael, thank you for joining us. Milton, Stuart, what's up, Stuart? I talked to him a lot on Telegram. Beach has us simulcast right now. We are being broadcasted in big screen. So if you have an Oculus, you actually can watch me and Auburn and Cman in this humongous screen. So maybe you might have to rethink that, but it's big old screen. You'll be able to see us. Theodore, hey, how you doing? Honey Bee's hanging with us. So great. Nookie is hanging with us. Eddie's hanging with us today. Linda, thank you for coming over here. And Leon, hanging with us. Yep,
Leon.
streaming champions. Crazy Canuck is with us today. Look at Red was wanting cue the pirate ship earlier. Yeah. And Luis, thank you. Chuck, ugh. Mr. Positive, I love Chuck.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Mr. I hate people.
I
Yeah.
hate people. But then he's always the first. I get
First to help.
he is the first one. If you're ever watching, and C-Man, when you're watching the Streaming Matters chat, you got 1,200 people in there. And why people ask a question in the middle of the night for most of the America and the UK, they'll ask one in the middle of the night. And usually Chuck is up and going to answer questions. Now, he may grumble and groan and be sarcastic to start out with, but he normally will jump in and actually give people advice. So, he's that crusty old guy that if you listen, he will help you. You just got to listen to his crustiness
What
to
he's
get to
saying.
that.
Yeah. But listen to what he's saying.
He does.
Listen to what he's saying.
He knows. He's that crusty old man up in the bleachers of the Muppets. I hate this place, but he's always there helping people. So, hey Chuck, Patty D is hanging with us as always.
D.
Awesome. Heavy Metal's hanging with us. Awesome to see him. Paper Plate, talking to him just yesterday in the Sinclair. I'll bring that up in just a second. So Paper Plate, thank you for hanging with us. Jim, thank you for hanging with us. C-Man, yep, you're right here. Funster B. And we got Skulls. Yeah, so we got awesome people. So I was going to bring up why I didn't write it down on the notes, so sorry.
Okay.
But yesterday
Okay.
Sinclair was having some issues. They were having the servers were down, and it's funny because I'm in a lot of groups. I'm on Telegram, and so to try to stay abreast of what's happening in different groups and help where I can, but it helps me stay informed. And Sinclair was having issues, and I think they were still having issues as of today, if I'm not mistaken, that the servers the application wouldn't work. And it was so funny when I was watching some of the people that were posting, "What am I gonna do? I've got RD and I can't use it." And I'm thinking, yeah, you can. I mean, as most of us know, you can watch directly from RD, or there's numerous other APKs that support RD, so you actually could watch it that way. Now, you can't watch via your cloud on RD on all those, but there's a lot of options, and it's a lot of Sinclair has a lot of majority of them are less experienced people, you know, people that are plug and play, that are click it and I want it to
Mhm.
play. They don't, and they'll pay for that subscription for Sinclair, which, if for some of us older folks, we remember Zion TV. So it was Sinclair came out after Zion closed up in like within a week, which is, you know, read in how you want on that, but it just seemed weird that they came right out and they used the same template, used the same base, and um, came out. So yeah, there was numerous people. I can't work. I can't get nothing to work, and so but that's why. And I wrote in there in the group, you got to have options. You got to have backups to what you do. You can't count on one
Mhm.
add-on and say that one add-on is all I'm going to need, because there's going to be issues. So, and that's one of the reasons I have, premiumized. I bought it when it was on sale, and I have RD. So if one should have a problem, boom, I've got a backup. So
Mhm.
you got to have some backups to these
Yep.
things.
Protect
So
your neck.
hey, yeah, protect your neck. Yeah, that's a
I actually just tried Aldebread, and I was
yeah,
surprised at how well it worked
Mhm.
with that whole resolve URL thing was going on. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it worked well.
And it's a little bit more expensive than RD, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
It
or
is, yeah.
it is.
just a
Yeah.
little bit, not too much, but just a little bit more. The only thing I found with Aldebrid when I've tested it in the past, you don't have as many cached torrents.
Exactly.
Um, so you don't have as, but let's be honest, RD has a overindulgence of cache torrents. I mean, they have way more than you'll ever need. So to say that they have less than RD, less is not always necessary. Or I mean, having more is not necessary. You still can get by with that Aldebrid. And I got Debrid Link. Someone sent me a 30-day trial for
Hmm.
Debrid Link. And I actually, I'm trying it out, and I would say it's very on par with Aldebrid. Very the results, and it works in all of your big add-ons. You can go into Resolve URL, or Resolve, Resolve URL. You can go and authorize it. It's right in there with all the other Debrid services. So yeah, have some options. Have some options. Don't rely on one thing, because if you do, you're gonna get your feelings hurt at some point.
Yeah.
Um, so you are you just an RD guy? See, man, you stick pretty much with RD.
No, well, like I said, I just tried Aldebread, but I've always had RD, and I've even gone through the issues with it, and
Hmm.
I mean, to me, it's the best.
Yeah. Well, it's best bang for the buck, and thank you, Roger. That is a true point. I saw that the euro is down.
Yeah.
So if remember, it used to be, let's say it was 16 euro, then it would be, 18.50 or 19 US,
Mhm.
and that's 100 Canadian. But um, so, but it's now it's almost even. So
Yeah.
if you're a person that wants to get and go, you can buy 6 months, but you can go and buy a 6-month package of RD, and then you can go back and buy another 6 months. You're not
Yeah.
stuck with.
Yeah, because it
So
stays on that account.
yep, it doesn't hurt you to go ahead and if you can get it and to buy it ahead of time. So yeah, so
Unless you're
yes,
like me and release builds with RD and
oh
get
no,
banned.
yeah, that. So
That's
did you get
right.
banned? Because I've got the warnings. I got the warnings
I've
twice.
got banned at least 4 times.
Wow.
You
And
just have to switch email addresses, but
so what happens with that, folks, for you guys that so when you're a builder and so you're making a build, and you'll put your RD credentials in there to test it, because you want to test to make sure your one clicks are working. You think that's what you want to do. So and it sounds silly that you want to make sure to remove your credentials before you zip it up, but See, man, you know, you get in a hurry and you're like, I want it out the door. Let's upload it. And if you upload it and send your credentials, your user data for RD is still in there. Anybody, the first few people that download it get your credentials, or
Oh
they don't
yeah.
see them. They don't see your credentials.
Yeah.
They just
No.
have access to Real to Brit. And as soon as two IPs are watching watching at the same time, RD flags it, and you get the
Yeah.
immediate email of don't share your information.
You get 2 warnings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But mine been spaced out long enough. And now, like I don't update my build, but like once every 4 months or 5 months. So
Yeah.
I just have to, take my time. Like, all right, yeah, make sure remove user data. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I do, did you see that? Yeah, thank you. Trade in those fidelity points. RD does give you fidelity points. Make you sure. I think 1,000 points is 30 days. So make sure it's just you earn the fidelity points just by buying a package. So just make sure to use those and to make sure you get them. So we got that. I thought we'd jump on a couple topics and then we'll go into seeing what's going on with Cman. A couple big topics this week. We just finished up with. Hold on. Oh, dang it! All right, let me do this again. If I don't have that window open. So we just got done with Prime Day. Prime Day just finished up this week. So what's everyone's thoughts? I think we're getting spoiled because we see this every year. But
Yeah. But
did find some sales or some things or buy anything or what you guys thinking?
I bought stuff, but it's just not the same. I feel like it's like, okay, let's just, mark everything up and then, say that we're having a sale. I did buy some stuff that I needed, but I didn't find too much that was like, stand out, oh, okay, grab this.
I bought a cube. I didn't even need I mean, I have so many devices. I have a
Right.
Shield and a B-Link and all this, but
Hmm.
I just bought one because it was $55 and,
Yeah, that cube was the cheapest I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, that
yeah,
was
and it's a good device. I mean, it really
yes.
is.
If you look at the specs, when I've looked at when you go to some of the websites that show you the comparisons, I mean it's right below the Shield on
Mhm.
processor as well as the GPU. It is as close as you're going to get than any other devices that they ever see it. So definitely worth it if you're looking for it. Blue wanted us to buy. She goes, oh, that's on sale. Buy one. I'm like, but do I need one? I got 2
Right.
shields. I got how many fire sticks, and
Mhm.
we only have 2 TVs.
Mhm.
Um, so I held back from buying it, but the cube was probably one of the best deals. So what did you? So did you guys buy anything else?
Uh, Stuff for the lawn and garden stuff I bought, that was, like, 60% off. What else did I get? Oh, I bought some stuff for my bike. Uh,
Ah, yeah.
yeah, a
I
couple gadgets.
tried, but they
Yeah.
were sold out of everything already.
Hmm.
Well, and C-Man and I before we did the show, he was talking about he was online when that TV went on sale. That
Hmm.
$99 what was it, a
50 inch.
48 or 50-inch
50?
TV,
Yeah,
Yeah.
a Fire
50 inch.
TV with it.
Hmm.
It was gone in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, it was gone quick.
Yeah, that was a really good deal. It was like $400 off or something like that. It was a great deal for that. But uh, C-Man, like he thought about it and him doing do I need to buy it? And then by the time he went back, gone.
Gone,
Right.
yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, you really didn't need. I bought. I kind of did like Roger did. I saw Roger. He got some cubes and some sticks for reselling purposes. I did get. I bought. I already had a couple sticks already, so I bought one more. And then the other stuff I bought was just like I needed some house pants, some PJ bottoms. So I
Mhm.
bought like a pair of those that were on or a set of those, but I didn't go crazy. I really tried to be careful because um, it can be a waste of money. The only time
Right.
what I use Prime Day for, and I use Black Friday for the same reason, but Prime Day is real good. If you are buying stuff for Christmas gifts, it's a great couple days to buy gifts for people that you want to use for Christmas because you can go ahead and get them when they're on sale and just set them in a box. Put them in your attic or in a closet in a box. Make sure that
Mhm.
you remember it, and then come Christmas time, you get it out, and it's like a free Christmas present for somebody because
Right. Right.
you've already paid for it 6 months ago. So
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
I I do that all the time. I do it with if I find these battery packs on sale, um, I buy those because those are always a great gift for someone. Especially you buy gifts for some of those people, you're like, what do I get them? But if I
Mhm.
have a box full of
Yeah.
electronics or this or that, I'm like, who's getting poopery this year? I,
Right?
I've bought that numerous times and gave that as gifts because that's another one of those really cool things.
Can you
So,
guys hear me okay?
yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
100%.
just making sure.
Yep, 100%. The Blink cameras, I saw those. Those were
Yeah.
on sale, so I was looking to see. And so, yeah, coffee grinder, but bought a few days earlier.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the same stuff. I feel. I don't see anything that's screams. Oh, okay. This is uh worth it. Why I go out. If I felt like if they would say, okay, for everything, what it is. I think because I keep a list out there of stuff that like I have like on my wanted list, and
Yep.
I always put it up there, and then I try to see, okay, when Prime Day comes around, how much are they taking off of it, and normally they don't take much off of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, what kind of deals am I getting if I'm not getting what I want? What I want to buy. You know, is it worth it to me? No.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to weigh it out and not get caught up
Yeah.
in the
Right. Yeah. Let me just keep
hype of it.
buying stuff. Right. When you can find it,
Well, you need to. You're
because
trying.
other places are doing sales at just the same time as Prime Day also. You know what I mean? They try to weasel their way in there also.
Yeah, I
And
noticed Best Buy that day had a
Yeah,
huge sale.
had a huge
And I
sale.
think Best Buy is actually, I think Best Buy they were doing like a 4 day special or a four
Hmm.
3 or 4 day sale. Their sale was longer.
Right. Can you
Yeah,
blame them? You
No, I
know?
mean a lot of the companies got in on
Yeah.
that, and I mean
Yeah.
you got to think about it. This is another made up fucking holiday.
Yep.
I
yeah,
mean
it
Amazon
Absolutely.
really
created
is.
this. This is just a completely made up holiday, and people get all pumped up. The post office and UPS hates it when when Prime Day's coming because you're thinking, all those extra packages. So yeah, it's up. What's up? Next level.
Next level. What's up, brother?
Is this him? So yeah, it's there's items to buy, but I think as you guys said, you gotta be smart about what you're buying. Know what the price really is. A Camel is
Yeah.
another really good website for you guys to join, and Camel is one that actually it can track the
The
price
item. Yeah.
of an item, and
Hmm.
it can show you what the high and the low is. And
Yeah.
so if you think, oh, this is the best deal, and you go to Camel, and then you
Hmm.
say, oh well, two
Oh,
months
wait a
ago it
second.
was
That's right.
even cheaper. So
Hmm.
it's a great site to gauge a good deal, and you can sign up and get notifications if you wanted to. Say if you were looking for a new monitor
Hmm.
and you knew what monitor you wanted, you could put it in there and tell it, hey, when the price drops to this point, I want a notification so that I can go to buy it. Um, so it's a really good idea. All right, look at Shelly getting herself an Oculus battery.
Yeah.
So now
There you
yeah,
go.
because she's been with us and she'll be playing, and like obviously she's like, my
Yeah.
battery's dying, which that happens to us. I did
Yep.
notice a difference. I did know this is a good Alistar. I'll agree, and Next Level can agree to this. Now that I'm in Canada and I'm looking at Canada Amazon.ca versus Amazon.com,
Mm, uh-huh.
there is a difference in the
Yeah.
amount of stuff. Number one, that's a big difference, and the price.
And the price.
The Fire Sticks here were $34.99 for
Wow.
the 4K
It's
Fire Stick,
34.99
Canadian.
Canadian, or so how
Yep,
much
yep,
would that be
yep.
US? I'm just
30-ish,
trying to say,
30-ish bucks,
wow,
30-ish.
30-ish bucks
So
in
it is
Canada.
still
Yeah,
more.
still
The
more.
cube was $84 here.
Hmm.
Um,
Wow.
so I mean, even with the exchange rate, you're still paying more in
Hmm.
Canada. So
Yeah.
thank you to National Healthcare. Um, uh, so so he has some poopery. Hey, I'm telling you, poopery. It is one of the best gifts to give people, and they'll think that you'll find people that start using that, and like my daughter and stuff, it's always at her house now. I mean, because it's especially if your guests come over and they got to drop a deuce and they're not feeling comfortable about it, it can help. It can help. um I thought we'd mention about Love and Thunder. This came out last week or the end of the week.
Hmm.
Thor, the new Thor movie came out, and we're not doing any spoilers or nothing like that, but just kind of taking a look at worldwide. We're looking at almost $400 million worldwide. I don't know what the budget on this was. I didn't see on here
No, I
what.
haven't seen anything on the budget.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, but I
wondering how
know
much it
it was
cost.
almost 400. Uh, yeah, yeah, that they're at about 400 million now. So who
I've
So
knows?
heard mixed. I've heard
I know
mixed
they spent a
reviews.
lot.
Have you guys?
I'm
I've heard, yeah, mixed
I'm going
reviews
to see it
also.
tomorrow. We're going to see it tomorrow because my wife being she's a super nerd on this Marvel stuff, and I like it too. But she is this is her jam. This and Star Wars. So yeah, we're gonna need to go see this on the big screen. We're gonna go tomorrow and see it, and we'll see. I told her don't get your hopes up because
Mhm.
if you set the bar too high on these kind of things, you're gonna get let down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Ragnarok to me was I've seen that uh, 10, 12 times
Oh, that
because
was
Hmm.
great.
it's so funny. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
the writing is so good in it.
Hmm.
The dialogue and the delivery is so on point. So hopefully this holds true to that. But so I'm wondering about are you guys planning on going and seeing it at the movies or looking forward to it?
No,
I'll
no.
look over on the side chat and we'll see how many people.
No.
So Jim
Uh,
said, yeah,
Tim said
he saw it.
he saw it. Yeah.
Semi two tech, yeah. All right.
Yeah. I wouldn't go. Yeah. You know how I feel about all of these Marvel movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just too much. It's too much for me now. Because you have to like remember things from 12 movies earlier. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't
Well,
do it.
that's why I'm married to the woman that I'm married because
Yeah, I
she's gonna
know.
be able to
You
tell
know,
me about
you're married
she,
to Miss Marvel over there.
she could tell me, oh yeah, you remember so and so, they were in that movie. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, they were in that TV show. Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah. Well,
No,
I'm with Auburn. I can't remember all that shit.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
We're getting too old
it's
for
a
that
lot.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I said. Uh, oh, Jim says he did like Ragnarok better,
Yeah.
so that's good. That's good. So
So.
we'll see. We'll see.
Uh.
And if for the people that want to watch this on at home, only cam versions are out, right?
Yeah. Yep.
C-Man, that's all I've seen is cam
Yeah. Only
versions.
cams.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, if unless you're into the cams, you're gonna have to hold tight.
Mhm.
Yeah, 45 days. Roger says he's gonna wait 45 days or so for the internet release. And
Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. Well, that's so. C-Man, we'll throw the floor to you. So, what's been going on with you? I know that you were under the weather for a little bit, but you seem to be doing better. So, what kind
Yeah,
of projects you got going on? And
I'm doing a lot better. I am. I'm starting to get back into building again. I've updated all my builds and
Alright.
um, about to release a new one on the new Arctic Zephyr Resurrection.
Hmm.
Probably
Okay.
probably next week, early next week. I've been I messed with the Arctic Horizon 2, the AH2 skin. It's still got some issues, so I'm gonna wait on that for a bit. But really, just trying to get back in the groove, and I've stayed up with the add-on stuff. I think I took a week off there, but
Hmm.
yeah, really just getting back into it now. So
Stuart says that your
yeah,
simplex build is
yeah,
nice. I haven't
thanks,
seen
Stu.
that one. I haven't seen that one. I haven't. I've kind of quit looking at all the different builds, and um, I
You
know that
liked it on Twitter, so you
Oh
saw it.
yeah. Well, I saw it, but I don't. I haven't like installed it and like
Yeah,
looked at it. But yeah, I
right.
saw the image, and um, I know that I see them. They get updated a lot, and a lot of different. It's fun messing with the different skins and people to kind of get it to do what you want it to do to give it a certain look.
It is.
So with I will mention I put it in the show details below. The Asgard content Telegram group, if you're not part of that, you need to be in that group. That is a staple for me on Telegram. It is number one, it lets me know whenever there's new content on in the Asgard add on. As well, it lets me know if there is stuff out there that's new that it's in a good quality because he doesn't post cams in there. It's always the higher end stuff. So it's the best place to be able to get information about what is available on the internet because if you go to trending on a build or tracked right now, Thor for Love and Thunder is going to be on tracked for trending, but it's
Yeah.
all shit quality. I mean, it's nothing you're
Hmm.
going to watch. But being being there in Asgard's content room, and there's no talking. All it is just it posts the different content that's available on the in the add-on, and it is a fabulous job. I think you guys do a really good job of staying on top of content. I don't know how you do it. I mean, it's like
It's a lot of work.
mind-boggling. Oh my
And
gosh.
it's definitely a team effort, and we've got we've got kind of different time zones covered, so that helps. You know, I'm 6 hours behind the UK, so
Mm-hmm.
those guys are up way earlier than me, even though I get up early. But and then we have a team member that's 2 hours ahead of me, so he catches some of the late stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got yeah, good team of guys.
And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, because it's again, if you're on Telegram, it is a room you're going to want to be in because it just the new episode of anything drops. You're going to
Hmm.
know when a new movie comes out, and it's just it's helps game because I'll sometimes get messages and from people, my friends, because they're that are they know that they'll hit me up. They'll say, "Hey, I'm looking for this movie. Is it in good quality out?" And I can since I look at that Asgard room, I'm able to keep up with it and do it and keep up. Up. All
Oh,
right, Auburn. I'm gonna get it.
okay.
Or are you gonna? You
Okay.
want me to let him
You
in?
got it. You got
All right.
you got it. Okay.
So,
Well,
Good evening.
uh,
Good evening.
what's up,
Welcome.
evening.
Turk?
How you doing, everyone?
How you
Hey,
Looky
doing?
Turk.
here, superstar rolled up in the room.
I'm telling you.
Hey, I thought I was
Okay.
old until this guy. He's the oldest one of the whole group. I get called the Cody old timer. This is
Yeah,
the old timer,
the OG.
the OG.
OG.
Uh,
How's everyone
So
doing tonight?
good. How you
good.
doing,
Good.
Turk?
Good.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Thank you. How you doing, Auburn?
I'm good, bro.
And
It's so
Todd,
good to
how
see
are
you.
you? Thank you very much.
I appreciate you jumping on here with us, Turks, and I'll take I'll take a few seconds. Turks released an update for your APK this morning.
Yes,
What's it 1.1.0 if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken?
that's correct.
and done. It's got added more things, more catch up stuff for it, like where automated. It's got your automation for your catch up, so that it's able to get those episodes from the night before and clearing out some dead links and stuff. Anything you want to talk about with that?
Oh yeah, so basically, previous to 1.10 and 1.09, I was actually manually adding all the catch-up episodes every day. So it used to take me quite a few hours, but obviously some episodes were coming out in America kind of like late at night and early morning in England. So obviously I'm kind of updating quite a lot, so it take me a few hours. So by the time I'd actually upload it to the app, it was quite old. So I had to kind of think of a new way of doing things, and just found some reliable sources, and everything's just all automated now. So
Hmm.
from 1.09, it was automated. And with this new version now, there's actually a search bar in Catch Up. So it will catch up with all episodes up to 2 weeks prior. And then in the search bar, you can search for any TV show, past, present, anything from the 50s, 60s, 70s upwards. And it will, if there is a link for it, it will show the actual episode, the actual seasons for that TV shows, which is quite handy.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's the new thing with the catch up with the catch up section. The manual one, I've been carrying it on, but over the next kind of few days, I probably will stop updating that. So it still have all the old previous episodes of popular TV shows, but yeah, if anyone wants to watch anything now, they'll have to update all not 1.9. It'll have to be 1.10 now, and like I said, everything will be there and then. So as soon as the TV show's been aired, then it will be up on the list.
Yeah. And one of the things I know that with 1.0.9, it tells you what version you're on, and it had an updating feature. And I know that there was some issues because when I tried to update this morning, it would download it, but it's almost like Android wasn't given the permissions to install it, so it would like download the APK, because it would say 1.1.1 or 1.1.0 is available, and it would download. Now, I think did I see it correctly that once people update to this later version, then it should still fix that auto updating issue?
Yeah, so I decided, like, instead of kind of everyone manually updating it, and eventually it should be an auto update. So I got it incorporated into the code of 1.09, but in actual fact, the permissions for that version, which was about
Yep.
6 months ago, the permissions have changed. So that kind of code to make that permission has been made redundant. So we didn't pick up on that. So we kind of released the new version 1.10 without knowing that was actually a problem. So we had to change the permissions again for the new updated version. So yeah, from now on, everything will be auto updated. It'll come up as an auto update, an update available. You just press it, and it will overwrite over the previous version, but will not lose the data of like your favorites and what you've watched and stuff like that. So that's
Right.
quite handy. But if people are having problems, actually, they can actually update it. You are right. You can actually update it, but can't install it. So it is on your device. So all you have to do is go to File Manager of your device, and then just press install, and it will
Yeah.
overwrite 1.09, and again, not lose your data.
Yeah, that's what I did on the Shield, because I clicked it. I actually downloaded it 3 times, because I'm like, the first time I'm a half, I was early in the morning. I hit it, and I'm drinking my coffee. And I'm like, wait a minute, I saw it pop up, and I saw it downloading. I'm like, well, did I miss it? And I'm like, let me click it again. I clicked it again, and I'm watching, and I see it. It downloads, and then I'm like, all right, wait a minute, and then that's what it was. Basically, it's a Android 11 thing, where um,
Yeah.
there's security that it won't let an application go crazy on your device. So it's a permission, so you can download it. It just didn't have the permission to install. So It's not hard. Like you said, you can go into the file manager and you'll see the APK, click it, and installs, and everything was golden and working great. And I did do the research, and
Yeah.
I messed around with the search today. This afternoon, I was messing with that. And did I see something about that? You remove the ads from live TV.
Yeah, so previous versions I'd had removed them, but for some reason on 1.09 they actually came back. I don't understand how it did, because like I said previously, I'd got rid of them. So yeah, for that version 1.09, they were like, even though it was quite popular, there was a few bugs here and there which I wasn't really happy about myself. So that's why. On this new version, I made sure that anything to do with the TV section is actually ad free. So the premium section, obviously, you'll need a pin for, which I don't have to explain why that is,
Yep.
but people will know why. But the other kind of the normal live TV, the CCTV, the PPV replays, they're all ad free.
Yeah, and when I messed around with it, it worked really well. And the premium live TV and sports, again, if you're a person that's that works really good. It was working good prior versions, but I messed around with it this morning or this afternoon, and worked really great. I was like, okay, and gives you that block of time. So,
Yeah.
I was looking for. Hey, look at
Because
you're a ghost. You're a ghost.
Blue's trying to kind of do a little dance in the background. I can see
I see that.
ruining your green screen.
Yeah, you're ruining the shot there, babe. Look at I was looking all professional until you did that. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to grab the real quick while you were talking. I was looking for the repository because someone was asking about the repository. I was going to put that link.
Yeah, so the
Repository
repo is still going. So the Kodi repo, I still update it. Everything's still kind of working. There's two versions of it. There's the 18 and prior, which a lot of people still, I guess, are still using, like the 18 and previous versions that they haven't bothered kind of updating on Kodi. And then the 19 version as well. So yeah, that's all going.
Yeah.
I do concentrate on both, but I must be honest, I favour more the APK these days.
Yeah, it'll be easier to work with. And I mean, it for me, and this is the honest truth on this is when someone says, "Hey, can you fix me up this box or Fire Stick or whatever?" And I'm like, "Okay," and I'll put Kodi on there because that's my baby. That's got to be on there.
Yeah,
And for a lot of people, I'll put Turks on there, and then I'll explain. Okay, so you don't need RD. You don't need premiumize, and but it's going to work. But you're going to see an ad after you watch a TV show or movie. You're going to see an ad that's going to be 20 seconds to 25 seconds like that. You're going to see an ad after you watch the movie. And I'm like, but you don't pay for nothing. It doesn't cost you nothing. And
yeah.
so many of my friends, they're like, well, I really don't need RD because that Turks thing that you installed works great for me. And I'm like, I mean, but again, it's different strokes for different folks. Some people are
Yeah, of
willing to watch
course.
an ad, and some people aren't. Some people hate
Well,
them.
it is a bit of a controversial issue, because
Mhm.
I was like not the first, but one of the first using
Yeah.
pins,
Yeah.
pins and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
all such
You
an
got
outrage.
blasted.
It's
Oh,
like
you got blasted.
yeah, I had. It was like I was from leaning out of my tower, and I had people with pitchforks and flames, like wanting to kind of persecute me for doing that.
How
Where,
dare you?
yeah, how very double
How
dare
dare
you.
you? Yeah.
But to my defense, now, like I've been, like you said, I've been doing this for many a year. I don't ask for no donations. I don't get no kind of backhanders or referrals or anything
Yeah.
like that. So the way I kind of simply saw it is, what's the big issue of maybe seeing an advert for maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds at the very most, and everything is there for you, and that kind of money doesn't make anyone rich. It just pays
Yeah.
towards servers, and believe you me, I didn't realize, like, just coming from Kodi, didn't realize the amount of money that has to be spent on coders, servers, and plexes and Cloudflare and everything else that goes with it. It's just a kind of a big outlay. And I understand a lot of people do not like ads, but on the other side, most people pay for Netflix these days, and what have they just announced? You're paying for a subscription service for Netflix, and then on top of that, at the end of each movie, you'll be watching a 30-second ad, if not maybe during the film as well, or a TV show. So
they're still working on that. They're still working on how they're going to do that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a certain package supposedly, but we'll talk about Netflix later in the show, because who knows where that train is all over the place. But with Turks and Cman can he understands too about servers. It's people talking, they're like, well, this add-on should be free. Okay, sure. If you have a small add-on that's just your family based, just friends and family are using it, you can get by with a cheap $3 a month server without a problem. As soon as you get popular, that $3 server isn't going to work. A $10 a month server is not going to work. And as it becomes more and more popular, you are forced, because when we were doing the Bob, when we did the Bob add-on, we went from server to server to server, because as soon as we thought we were like, oh, this is the specs we need to do, this is going to have the specs it can do it. And next thing you know, now, within a few days, we're bumping our head against the ceiling. And you being around as long and having a long-term add-on and APK, that is massive strain on a server, and you can't get by with a $10 a month server. It's not going to work.
No chance.
And so you're spending a good amount of money. So people, you're going to have to give one way or another.
Of course, we're not talking, like you said, we're not talking kind of tens of dollars or tens of pounds. We're talking hundreds each month.
Hundreds every month.
So, like, I don't mind burdening it out of my own pocket, but after a while, you're going to have to need some sort of kind of revenue. Otherwise, it's humanly impossible, especially in today's climate and what's going on. Everything is just the inflation. And I'm not going to go into politics, but obviously inflation in every country at the moment is crippling us. So it's something that I didn't want to do, because it's been a hobby, and I've been in, like, from Cody from God, I can't even remember how many years now, but it has to be done, otherwise I'd have to shut up shop. And the reason being for that as well, because the comparison of, let's say, Turks to any other major APK or application out there, all of them are very exactly the same. They scrape websites, need very little kind of maintenance and kind of updating, where Turks is a completely different other beast, where everything is put into order. Kind of, if a link goes down, another link goes up. So it's more than 90%. You'll choose one link, and that doesn't work, then the second link will do. So there is a bit of a different kind of mentality towards that, but that's down to the user to think about.
Yeah, whoever said playlist add-ons are free, they're not.
No. Well, in Cody, it used to be, because obviously everything was given to you kind of on a platter. So all you had to do is upload, and obviously to mentioning known big groups of them times in Cody, they were reaping all the rewards, and we didn't know. We just thought we was getting kind of a free bit of space and to show our hobbies out to everybody, but there was ulterior motives behind that.
We'll roll back in time. When we go back to TVA, now you were a TVA, in the early birth of TVA, that had every big add-on, or just about every big add-on was housed in there, and they supplied servers. They supplied, he was giving you like all the tools you needed to make it successful. And until once he was gone, and then the guys and gals started to actually go out and say, oh, well, I've got to get a server for me. Well, I've been having a server. And then you started looking at the cost of it. You're like, whoa. How is he paying for that? But there was, he had income coming. But it is a it's a steep price in how much, and you're about how it used to be. You also got to think about how many more people are doing it now, and how many fewer sites that there are. Because remember, it used to be getting free links was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
just took time. You had to go get the links and put them in there, and they would stay alive for quite a while. Now, free links, are not that easy. I mean, uh,
Well, if they're up, if not that they're not easy to get kind of hold of, but you can kind of find them, but within maybe a couple of hours or a day, it'll be removed or it'll go down. So yeah, you can find them. It's but just getting the kind of the stable links to maybe not watch it the first day or the second day or the third day, and be able to watch it the fourth day. So,
yeah,
and again, that's what my when I've used other applications, that what's been my problem, because it will still be listed, and you'll end up kind of clicking
yeah,
on one, it doesn't work. Click on the next one, it doesn't work, and then you're kind of going down 20th down the line, and you eventually get it going, and then you kind of lose interest in watching what you
yeah,
want to watch.
yeah. Yeah, you become frustrated. Paper
Yeah.
Plate Fan asked the question, did he mention his paid side? It doesn't have any, there's no paid to this. And I think Chuck has it in here. It's not paid. It just has some ads. And the ads are the setup. And I think you've done a good job with the way that you have like a little banner at the bottom that's going to be like almost on any APK that you install. It's going to have that little ad. And
Yeah,
then the ads are right now, I guess, Facebook Unity, because that pops up first,
yeah,
and then it directs it to whatever. And a lot of them are just games,
yeah,
some solitaire or these different games. And it's after you watch a movie or a TV show, or so it's at the conclusion of whatever you've watched. Then that's when the ad comes up. If you're on a touch screen like your phone, you can close the ad faster, because it'll have like
yeah,
little arrows in the top left.
yeah. There's an X, I
Usually,
think, and yeah, you can
yep,
just
yep.
click
You
on
can
the
hit
X.
that and then wait for the X and then hit it.
Mhm.
If you're on my Shield, you can't click on that. You just have to wait and it shows bar. You see the bar, and it's
Mhm.
like 20 to 30 seconds at the most that you
Yeah.
see it build. And then once it does, then the X, and you can close it. Again, it's a free thing, so you're
Mhm.
gonna have to give one way or another. If you're not going to do that, well, then you're gonna have to lean towards a premiumized or Usenet or Real Debrid or something else to
Mhm.
get that solid links. Even though there are free links out there and free direct links, because I know Cman's got one clicks that are free, but the collection isn't as big, because someone has to manually go do all that.
Yeah, like we're talking 10 years of lists here, so the library is quite vast.
Yeah, let me show.
Wow.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna show. I'm not gonna go into the content because I don't want to get myself in trouble. So what I'm gonna do though, let me. I've got. Let's see if I get my Android emulators open here, and I'll just pop this open for a second. All right, so this is on my Android emulator, so it's BlueStacks running on here. We'll pop into this little Turks candy that is iconic. Seen that forever, and I,
Yeah.
I love when you
That,
added the animation to it.
yeah.
Pop up, since this is the first time I've opened up 1.1.0 on my computer. I get the pop up.
So there,
Pop ups.
that's new.
Yep,
That's new
yep.
now. So every new update that will kind of pop up, and it will tell you exactly what's kind of been added or been fixed or been resolved or anything like that.
I'm going to jump over here to settings, um, where you're able to change some things. So if you want scroll lists, you can have larger lists, I guess.
Yeah, so scroll list, no. So
Oh,
what I've added in the actual lists themselves. So there's two arrows pointing one line and one arrow pointing downwards, and one
mhm.
arrow and line pointing upwards. And when you hit on one of them, it will go down in multiples of 5, which is there. And then
Yep.
you can increase it up to, because obviously,
Oh,
like I
okay.
said, the lists are quite vast. So if you put it in
Yes.
multiples of 25, you can literally go down in multiples of 25 and
Okay.
previous to 20, 15, 10,
Okay.
and 5. Or you can just click on the line itself, and then it'll take it to the bottom of the list.
Yeah. And so now here you can see where you're on the list. You can click it. It says you are on the latest version. So again, that's new. Player settings. I've talked about this on another video. You can change the type because some people prefer a certain player. You're able to change that in there. So if you're an MX player person or you're a VLC player, you're able to use any of those. Let me go to. All right. So this is what you're talking about jumping. So it jumps 5.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm able to jump more. And again, I'm not going to go into the actual sections because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But when you say you got 9 to 10 years worth of content, some of these sections, the documentaries and the stand, I mean,
Wow.
it's very extensive. Very
Very.
extensive.
The
But
documentary
obviously,
section is incredible.
It is.
Sorry.
The documentary section is just out of this world.
I said it's
Ah, yeah.
incredible. Great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
I'm a documentary kind of geek myself. So
Me too.
Me as well.
And this is that search bar that you were talking about. So you put anything in, if you search for any words, and what I like about this is that adaptive search. So as soon as you start typing the word, it starts filling in with what letters that you've already have. So you don't have to type out the whole word. You can start to type it and you get most of it, and then you may find the result that you're wanting. So that is kind of neat because it makes it a little bit quicker.
yeah.
So,
That's
and the
obviously
big,
in the actual subsections themselves. Like you can search for them in the major,
Yep.
like kind of genres and stuff, but the lists are not that big. But the actual lists themselves, in the kind of TV shows and episodes, they're quite extensive and documentaries. So you might need to use that.
This is the favorites, and which is a neat. You did this. This is a couple updates ago where you added in the favorites for live TV shows. So not just a favorites folder, it's actually broken down into the certain categories, which makes it even a little bit even more organized for people that use it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's and it's just like Cody favorites. You can so any of the movies you add as your favorites, it's going to be right in there. Oh, the resume. That was the other big thing that you had in there. The
Yeah,
auto
yeah,
resume.
yeah. A lot of people were asking about that, and it took a bit of time to kind of optimize, but it finally got there.
Yeah, it's auto resume. So if you watch it, just like in Cody, if you watch a TV show or a movie to a certain point and then you close the app and come back, it will say, "Do you want to resume at that point?" So yeah, that was the other big thing. I was like, "Ooh, I kind of like that. That's neat."
Yeah.
So yeah, much props and hat off to you, Turk, that you've been doing this, and not just that you got this add-on, that you've been doing it so damn long, because Cman. I mean, you've been doing it for a couple of 3 years now.
Yeah. 3 years.
I mean, so Turks has been doing this for about 9. I did it for about a minute, and no, I did a little longer than that. But it's so tedious, and I don't want to say frustrating. It just becomes a job. It becomes so updating every day. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh.
It
To
does.
keep that grind going, I'll give it to you. I don't know how you do
Well,
it.
it started, to tell the truth, it started as a hobby, and it was quite an exciting hobby because in the community at the time, as you know, Todd, it was we was all kind of together. We was all on live chats with everyone, and everyone kind of got on with everyone. So it was the community back then, especially amongst kind of developers and playlisters and builders. It was phenomenal, and then it kind of obviously kind of broke up a little bit, and everyone went their separate ways, which was a shame. But yeah, so from a hobby, it kind of turned into a bit of a dependency, and then from a dependency, it's turned into an addiction. So
Yeah, look at DJ says it gets relentless. Yeah,
It does.
yeah, and I tell people all the time, and they'll when people are bitching at a playlist or an add-on or something like, and I'm like, do you understand what goes behind the work that goes into that every single day. And when people are like, well, nobody's fixed this link, it's not working, or that so and so hasn't gotten back to me. Tough shit. I mean, that's one thing. Do you understand how much and how
going
every
on.
day? And it's like, no, I mean, I appreciate if someone took a fucking week off or 2 weeks and said, I ain't doing shit. Hey, more power to you. Appreciate what you did do as long as you did it. So
yeah, it becomes a bit of I'm a bit of a, like an OCD as well with in that respect. So if a link is down, you're just like, oh no, I've got to kind of update it and kind of make sure it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Luis, yeah, it does. No RDs needed in this. No premiumized. There's no place to put that. And 1.9, was it 1.0.9 or
0.9.
1.0.8? I can't remember which one. Was it 8 or 9 when it added the magnet links that you're able
That
to get,
was
and,
that was
up to
1.9.
4K, and you can get
Yeah,
4K content
yeah. So
without RD.
what we've done, what I've done now is, so there's no need, or obviously there's going to be people out there still kind of subscribing to kind of Real Debrid and Premium Eyes and all of that, but now in new movies you can watch 4K and 1080p kind of Blu-ray versions of an actual film through a torrent and not pay for the subscription. So it basically bypasses everything like that. And then all you do is watch it. And it was connected to a server. 1.09 was just on a kind of private virtual server. And the problem was it was a good service, but I didn't realize how popular it would be. And it was just crashing the website every couple of hours because there were so many people on there.
Yep.
So I had to end up kind of manually clearing caches of watched films, and that added another hour to my day's kind of job. I didn't realize it was going to kind of bite me in the backside, but obviously had to kind of go through it. So this new version now is actually on a dedicated server. So as soon as you open that 4K torrent link, it will cache for you in advance, and then you can watch it without any buffering or anything like that. Once you've watched the movie, then it'll clear the cache and like kind of kill that connection until someone else opens it.
Yeah.
So it's much more smoother.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's a smart way of doing it, because it's basically not leaving that open. It's closing it out so that, because manually would be, oh, you want to do that manually? No. So
Yeah, and he was crashing
yeah.
the website about two, three times a day as well. So it, like I said, it was adding another hour or two to my kind of regime of clearing caches of magnet links of other users.
Yeah, it's a really great. And again, if you're a person that you don't want to get RD, you don't want to, or somebody that, again, I've really focused on some of my older folks, older friends that are not techie, and they felt like Kodi was very confusing to them. There's too much going on. I don't know where to click, and I gave them, put Turks on. I'm like, all right, and I walked them through it. This is movie, this is search, this is this. And they were completely happy because it wasn't hard for them to figure it out. And it had all the content that they wanted. Again, Cody's going to give you a lot more, but the majority of people don't use that a lot more. There's features in Cody that most people don't even tap into. So, for your people that are not less techie, it is a fabulous APK, without having to pay for it. I mean, you got Sinclair, which is, we talked about that earlier, that's an APK, but you got to pay a monthly, 6 month,
Monthly.
quarterly, whatever it is. You got to
Hmm.
pay for like a subscription to be part of their club. So you're not paying for RD, but you're paying for that. But Sinclair, you have to also pay for RD, because it's not giving you. It will give you links, for some free links, but you really need RD to be supplemented with it. So you need RD and that monthly club fee. So for someone that's not techie and don't want to spend money, that kind of falls out of their, out of what's works for them. So
Yeah, there is many kind of great apps and still great add-ons in Kodi out there. This is not basically the Sell UK Turks app streaming show
No,
or anything
no,
like
no.
that. So yeah,
Mhm.
there is great apps out there, and like they always say, it's different strokes for different folks. So
Yeah.
what works good for one might not work good for another. So like you said at the beginning
Yeah.
of your show, I did kind of catch a little bit of
Yep.
it, and keep your options open. Have like kind of maybe like 3 or 4 major applications that are your favorites, and then you can kind of what one works for you that day or that week
Yep.
could be something else the other week. So it
Yep.
gives your options open.
Yep. And you have to. And I mean, I got Cman on here. His uh, Asgard is one of when I'm in Cody. It's one of my main uh, add-ons I go to for his one clicks. It's beautiful. It
Yeah, no, that is
4K. I love it. And but
yeah,
then
that is
we
a
were
great
talking
add-on.
just earlier. We were talking earlier. Ezra. I started messing around with Ezra in the last 2 weeks. I was never a fan of the Fen add-on, but Ezra does a really good job right now. I mean, I've been using it. I'm like, oh, I see why some people really, gel to this, and I can see why some people really like it. So yeah, you got to try different things and then see what works for you.
Yeah, and it's not so much like Gore West Street was saying competition is good. It's not so
Yeah,
much competition. It's more like there is no competition between kind of devs and different apps. Or for me personally, I don't.
yeah,
There
no,
isn't, but it's more for people, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm a user as well. So
hmm
there's some applications that I prefer to use than over Turks, which sometimes I do. Like kind of
yep,
so, like you said, it's the variety is the spice of life.
yeah, yeah, and you get with it. I wanted to. I've got to. Now I'm getting in trouble because I was only supposed to be an hour,
I know.
and
I
That's
was
my
just
fault.
gonna tell
you
you.
know,
Let's forget
blues
about the
like
other stuff.
I
Yeah,
was
I
gonna.
know.
So let me talk about. I'm gonna mention one other thing. Then we'll do Aubyns
No, we
sites of
won't
the
even do
week.
that. No, we won't even do that. I'll post them out there later for everyone
Okay. Okay.
in streaming matters because I know you have to run
Yeah.
today
I've
and
got to go to a thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did
I
want to
do
mention.
apologize. I do
No,
apologize
no,
for
no,
no,
taking
no.
no,
your time.
not at all.
Yeah.
UK, I am so happy that you're here. I sit here in awe. Because I've used your app for so long. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how long it's been. You know what I mean? So thank you, and thank you.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Alvin. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And
Thank
That's
you.
normally,
right.
normally I can run late, but today be
Yeah.
the one day I'm supposed to go to
Of
somebody's house.
course, we got two great guys
I
here.
know. I got
And
dressed. I got to be a cold. All right. So hey, I did want to mention one more Cody thing, and that was we were talking about Kato, and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. The Kato add-on. Sorry, my hot dog's not working for me. The Kato add-on, which the developer, the original developer, kind of stepped away from it, which I think was the third developer of it. So Golden Freddy took over and has been doing some work, doing some scraper work on this. So if you're an anime person or into animation, and you were on the I want to say it's Swag, the old repository was Swag something, but so I put the URL for this new repository. He's been doing some updates on this. It's working really well. The Hootie repository working really well. And he's actually very active on Reddit. So if you go in there and do some looks, you'll probably find him on Reddit answering questions. He was talking about how Verizon is blocking numerous sites that Kato scrapes that Verizon is blocking. So uh, I think in the US, we're going to start being more like the UK. We're going to have to depend on a VPN more and more
yeah.
because of our ISPs blocking stuff. So I've got the URL to this repository down in the show notes below, guys. So take a look at that and make sure to, if you use this add-on, make sure that you get to use that repository. Yeah, there it is. That's what the old. But that he hasn't updated since last year. I haven't seen anything from him. So You may want to check that out for the animation. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll run out of here. And I've got the topics we were going to talk about. Yeah, Aubyns.
Yeah, I just wanted to just say four quick ones.
Yep.
One, Player Pass was still on summer vacation.
Yep.
Uh, there's a LFA 136 tonight. In I think it's Brazil. But that's tonight. Tomorrow we have UFC fights.
Yep.
UFC tomorrow is early.
Early.
Early. Prelims Eastern time start at 11 a.m. and the main card starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It's the Ortega versus Rodriguez. And one last thing, there is a EFC 95 tomorrow at I don't even have the time, but that's from South Africa. I think it's streaming on YouTube also or something like that. But if we find it in big screen or something, we'll put that up. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to get those things out
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
You know how
Definitely.
quick I talk. I'm done. And
Yeah. So
the sites of the week will be out there for you guys later.
yeah, the sites of the week are actually in the show description. Actually, all the things
Okay.
we were going to talk about today was in the description show. So you may want to click those to because there was some interesting topics that
Yeah.
that Aubyns had found and we're talking about talk about today. But with me having to do a short show and having two great guests, it's kind of getting a jam. So, Cman, anything you want to say before we head out the door?
Nope, nothing for me. So hopefully I can frequent the show more and
Oh yeah.
join you guys. It's always a good time and
Yeah.
good to see you guys. Turk, thanks for coming on, man.
No, thanks to C-Man as well. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Turk, anything you want to say before we head towards the door?
Yeah, just a quick thing. A lot of
Mhm.
people in the comments are asking, well, how, where, and can they download the new version? I think the butchers actually put some URL links in there,
Yeah.
so just kind of link on them and
Yeah.
it will download
on
it,
there.
no problem. Also, as well, I couldn't reply to anyone in the chat because I'm actually on my mobile and I've got about 20 tabs open at the same time, so it's a bit
Another one of
hard.
these guys.
He's
that-
updating.
Don't tell me that, Turk. Don't tell
Yeah.
me that you wrote this whole thing on your phone also, like all these other UK guys. Did you?
Yeah, I'm on my phone
No.
and I'm actually updating while I'm on my phone as well.
Oh my God.
So
It
I'm
just,
multitasking.
I am. I can't tell you how much kudos I got to give you guys. I could barely stand to look at my phone. Okay, I don't know how you guys do all that. I listen. Hats off, hands up for you guys. You guys rule, man.
Thank you. But yeah,
Thanks,
a
guys.
big love, and appreciation to everyone that's shown love in the chat, and even the ones that haven't shown the love, I still love you.
All right. So yeah, as he said, numerous links are on there. I also have a link down below that's going to take you and get you the information. I'll try to do a video and put it on my Odysee. It will not be on YouTube. I'm not putting any of that kind of stuff on YouTube.
No, you get
If I
out.
get it'll be on my Odysee channel, which does not get the popularity. People don't go over there, but you know what? The people that do will get the knowledge and get to learn on that. If not, that's on you. So that will be over there to where I can maybe show a little bit more of the add-on and how it works, and more than what I showed here. So, Aubyns,
Yeah.
anything else you had to
No,
say? before we
nothing
head?
else for me. I got it all out.
Okay. Massive thanks to both of you guys for coming on. I certainly
Anytime.
apologize for me having to run off to a dinner party tonight, but thanks to everyone that jumped in there. And you both, anytime you guys want to jump on the show, hit me up. My panel is always open for people like yourselves that are active in the community, doing stuff, and just great guys. You're great. You're great guys.
And you too,
Thanks,
you too.
guys.
Even when I'm not on the live show, I'm in the chat anyway every week. So
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
and no, I don't do Rumble. I tried it, and I don't know, it just wasn't for me. So I went to just Odysee, and I don't make you don't make any money on Odysee, but you know what? I don't have to worry about my videos being taken down or getting a strike. That's and YouTube is great for giving you those kind of things. So thanks for everyone watching. As Aubyns pointed out about the UFC stuff, check that out. Cman's repositories and all his details are also in the show. So if you want to get his repository or his builds, they're in the show notes below. So thanks to everyone, and we'll see you guys in the next one, because streaming matters to us, because streaming matters to you.